5 seconds remaining.
30 seconds. I don't think they're going to be too quick on this.
Dire team ban.
No, we got time. Man, this
10 seconds remaining.
No, not that.
5 seconds remaining.
Wow, that'll take a lot of time.
Radiant team ban.
Is Poppy going, can I play Brew? Should I play Brew?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Dire team ban.
Oh.
Alright, we can go. Like, it's the first game, so we can talk a little bit. Go live in 5, 4, 3. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the CHONGQING Major EU Qualifiers. We have got another series here for you on the second channel, and it is a big one. Team Secret going to be facing off against the Final Tribe, who haven't been doing too bad so far for this tournament. Of course, Killer Pitch, and, well, he definitely... Team Secret, that's right. It is the one, it is the only, it's Nahaz.
Well, with that kind of an intro, hope I'm not disappointing anyone here. No, this is going to be a lot of fun. A presumptive favorite in this region, if not across all of Dota. I thought they came in the last major playing January Dota in November, and you know, Virtus Pro woke up in the last series, showed everybody why that team has won so many majors, but I still think Secret is playing as well as anybody. One thing is for sure, the Final Tribe have been playing a lot better. I really love what they showed us in the last series, but they have got to stay away from the mistakes that they made in game one. They need to continue making the game easy for Frost in particular.
Remaining.
Yeah, that's been a big focus. Is Johansson fan proven he can actually take the pressure, and then it's always the question mark next to Frost. Sometimes Era making some questionable plays, but Chessie and Johansson fan definitely the standout performance for this team so far.
Yeah, and that's not a criticism, by the way. I mean, Frost is still relatively new to Dota compared to the rest of these guys. He's one of the last sort of big-name Han players to make the transition over, and he has made it, for the most part, fairly seamlessly, largely because instead of switching roles, like Chessie did, going from jungler to farming, Frost he was and is one of the record-holding farm players in Han. He's coming over in that same role in Dota, but he definitely had a rough game one, and his decision-making. This is a game that is much more punishing of mistakes than Han is.
Most definitely, and especially against this team. This is the type of team that the occasionally secret get quite a few times early on, but the thing that is always flawless is the mid to late game performance.
This is such a dangerous hero in the hand of everybody. I mean, this hero has a 75 win rate across all regions of the qualifiers, being the Phantom Assassin, but it's doubly scary to me in the hands of Secret because you don't know whether it's going to be mid one or Nisha play. And those are two very, very different looks, tempo-wise, for the team, depending on which of those two players plays the hero.
Absolutely, and you can already see TFT, they do snatch up the Grimstroke because they've been doing a lot, but they also take the Magnus to ensure that potent combo is not lined up for Team Secret.
And the Jug is still on the table for them second phase if they want it. I doubt Team Secret is going to really ban it out. I mean, PA plays pretty well against. But the Grimstroke is just... I confess I don't... And I think that this is true for most teams too. With the newness of this hero, you don't sort of grasp interactions. There's in terms of theory crafting, if somebody asks you, and knowing all of those interactions and being able to sort of anticipate them when you get into team fights. I mean, Inkswell in particular, that ability is just, it's such a problem for me.
Yeah, it's definitely, when you look at this hero in a vacuum, you can think of all these different theories, you come up with all these different ideas, but when you just throw it into, a 5-on-5 game, and you try and on the spot remember how all these skills interact, it takes time to adjust this thing. So this is, out of everything's happened this patch, you still have to consider the impact of a new hero being thrown in with all of that.
And Enigma, a hero that I thought might maybe fall off a little bit in this patch with the increase, but we saw Vega go to it unsuccessfully in the last game, and it looked good even in the loss. Secret's going to pick it up here. This is a hero that it can be run as an offlaner, but it can also become a fourth core, as you just saw.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, in that case, he felt like the second board, the amount of goals he had on him.
He was the second most farmed hero on their team for a lot of the game.
Difference here, of course, is how they want to aggress in lanes, because of course in that game the Enigma was an insurance policy. I don't see Team Secret being that restricted. It's interesting they picked the Enigma after the Magnus, considering the Magnus was really there as a counter to the Enigma in the last series.
Look at this. Look at the Monkey King ban. Right? It's is so significant because you're really not sure what direction to go with your bans. Right? I mean, you're kind of thinking about the Monkey King played by mid one, but this could easily be a mid one PA, and you pivot to Nisha on something crazy like a Medusa.
Yeah, we have Syndusa used pretty well, actually by TFT. The farm rate of that hero was pure insanity. There is a Wyvern ban coming out. Just it's a solid pick. You talk a lot about these BKB piercing ultimates. There's a way of shutting down the Enigma when he tries to black hole as well.
It's something that, and it's also something for the PA when she gets her BKB online, right? It's much easier if RP is all you have to play around. It's similar to the last game, what we were talking about, right? If black hole is all you have to play around as a PA, that's fine, because it's easy to make it a situation where the other team has to choose using the black hole on you solo, right? But if it's multiple BKB piercing disables, particularly from supports that you have to play around, it becomes much harder. Okay, so TFT banned the PL themselves. You have to imagine that the Jug is going to be on the table.
They're just going for solid bans,
pick up the Arrow Phoenix.
Like, there's a lot of this is specialities for Team Secret. For example, Monkey King for mid one.
Yes.
PL for Nisha is infamous for that, especially.
Yeah, and I think PL and PA is a core combo that you'd have thought somebody was pretty crazy in 719 running that. I think that's absolutely viable in this.
Remaining.
Most definitely. The Phoenix pick does come out, and this is typical from TFT. They usually have 2 layers to their Team 5 sim, which is interesting because a lot of teams, if they want to go for a Phoenix, they'll be, for a long time, actually, for a lot of teams, last patch, it was Treant, Phoenix, and Enigma that was being comboed together. So it was very hard to screw up your fights or like counter into it because there was so much to deal with.
Yeah, and I think they're getting reasonable value out of the Phoenix in the early game, too. The reason why this hero sort of way several metas ago when Sorry got nerfed, that it needs a lot. It felt like it needed a lot of skill points for its overall damage efficiency to get online. And with some of the recent buffs, I think you can get more value out of this hero. It's not going to be a roaming threat in the same way that Spirit Breaker would be. Oh wow, okay. I thought it was going to be Juggernaut, but they're going to go back to the Wraith King. I think it's a nice pick here because Enigma is really your only big team fight ult that you have on the board so far, and it makes it so that you now have to have something behind that.
I think it's also Wraith King does pose potential threat to PA. Like this type of hero, this kind of matchup can work out okay because this is the type of hero that can build a blade mail, can go pretty deep, and you can speed up your farm because of the magnets.
I mean, on
Venom.
Okay, that changes everything.
That's this.
Well, it's perfectly thought out as well because when you look at their lineup, TFT, they can just be played around with. Venomancer just poking and prodding, going for the big ult. Yeah. And the Spirit Breaker just able to break that backline so easily. Yeah,
and it's people, when we talk about sustain in fights, we're usually talking about some kind of healing or replenishment, right? But damage sustain is a thing too. And that makes it so that, okay, fine, you know, Wraith King, he got gone on, he's going to reincarnate, we're going to be back in the fight. Oh, but everybody else on our team has AIDS now. Like, that constant damage output from the Venomancer just ticking and ticking, making these other heroes not able to stay in the fight after the reincarnate.
Yeah, it's like Wraith King, he treats it as a reset so they can begin anew, but while you're being reincarnated and you're believing your religion, you've got fresh life, the rest of your team is just terminally ill, just laying in a hospital ward somewhere with this evil doctor torturing them called Venomancer.
Yeah, it also keeps things relatively open because this Venomancer can still be, can still really play in any lane right now for Secret.
Yeah, it has flexibility.
If I had to put the money on it, I like Anisha Venomancer right now in a mid 1 PA, but this Venomancer could very easily slide to the off role, to the 3 position.
It's been pretty effective in that role. Typically, you think this hero would suffer because it's so slow, but one with the changes to agi heroes and movement speed in general. And honestly, before that change, this hero was able to handle 2-on-1 scenarios with the game pretty well.
I worry a lot about the final pick. It feels like Secret just have so much more flexibility. They are going to have to commit to their last pick first. But if Final Tribe they need it. This has to be a mid from them and has to be a very high impact mid. Secret can go in a lot of directions. Oh, wow.
That is coming at you fast.
That's your towers are paper, man.
Choose your
and there's the Medusa. I thought they were going to go this way with Nisha. I like it a little bit less here because I think it's just so... the damage ramp up is better than you think with the possibility of 3 and even 4 Wraith Bands on Medusa. We saw that yesterday. We saw them play a lineup which we thought was going to be much too slow featuring a Medusa, and Chessie was able to have a really strong start in the mid lane, stack those stats early on, and do a lot more in the mid game than we thought. But man, oh man, he's going to have to be up against this Visage in the mid lane. If Visage gets ahead at any point and gets that level 6 first, her tower is gone, and that map is going to get small for the Final Tribe in such a hurry.
And that's the thing. It was a big difference for Chessie because when he kept that tier 1 up last time played Medusa, just back and forth between the camps very close. And the other concern is these like early mid-game team fights. Team Secret have a lot of means to reach the Medusa with the Spirit Breaker and with the Visage Birds. You can stun him and lock him down and decrease his attack speed so he can't actually put out any damage, even with all those stats.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, this is one of those that on paper it still can go either way, right? Because both of these lineups have snowball potential. Both of these lineups can take objectives really quickly if they're able to get that 15-minute engagement. But I look at the potential for things to go wrong even earlier than that. And what happens if this Medusa has a rough laning phase? This Secret lineup, if Visage gets that early dom, he's just going to walk around the map, and I don't know how you're going to hard defend those objectives before Phoenix gets level 2 egg.
And that's the big part about, of course. Level 1 you just throw out all willy-nilly, but once you get that level 2 egg, it becomes pretty formidable.
The Visage, the Venomancer Visage picks are absolutely something I did not see coming. Wraith King I might have come up with if you let me think a little longer, but the Veno Visage picks, there's no way I didn't see coming, and I think there's no way that TFT saw. I think they're having to do some strategic adjustments here. This is a pretty hard lineup to play against.
They might not have seen it coming, but we'll get to see how they adapt to it as the game goes on. As we begin game number 1 of this best 3 between Team Secret and the final tribe in the upper bracket. And, well, this should be spicy. We are going to see the PA Medusa matchup. We saw it the other day, but we didn't see what Nisha can do with this hero up against Chessie. Both of these guys proving themselves on this hero in the past.
The Chessie Medusa it looked awfully good yesterday. That is a game that forced me to reevaluate how I think about Medusa match. But Nisha, as you said, that's part of the danger of playing against carry position players is when you're that good on a hero that Nisha is on, absolutely not.
4 heroes top for TFT in the meantime. They were circling, looking to see if someone came over. Mid one will spot them. Not in a friendly location, though. And they already know there's 4 up there because Puppy started to invade in the bot lane. Actually, they haven't committed anyone to the bot lane at all on the side of TFT. They're trying to get a favorable matchup. And now that they've seen mid one, they might switch things up.
Looks like they are. It looks like Eunice is going to be the one to walk across the map. And Eunice starts.
Maybe you could look for a pick off to begin with. I mean, you have got the Wraith Fire Blast. There is the potential for a kill with 3 heroes up here with the Inkswell.
Surely you're not going to go aggro.
I mean, level 1, he may be susceptible. If you're coming for the right angles, I could see it maybe working. It's a hard kill, but look at this, the other aggression, because they know he's blocking the wave.
He saved his skill point, though. He can Gale.
Oh, look at this. Actually, this is very different.
He does skill Sting, right as I say that.
We saw this once yesterday. But
yeah?
Puppy's not doing the same thing. He's going to allow the creep wave through.
Okay.
There's the TP down. It will actually be Era joining up with Jonas and Fan down here.
I think that's probably the correct. I just don't. You can't go aggro into it. What are you going to accomplish?
You'd be a very brave man. Very brave man in this scenario. So mid one is going to be bot up against the Magnus. The crux here is actually, even if you take that attack speed away, yours is going to be slowed anyway with the fast spirits at all times.
Yeah, and okay, the deny there is nice. One of the things that happened yesterday is Chessie just had a monster couple of waves when he started on his first couple of waves. He really took control of the lane and never let go. And, 4 and 3, that's almost the same thing here.
I think there is a big difference in that Spirit Breaker is in this game, so the gank potential for Secret is there onto the mid lane.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Spirit Breaker will start top here. Stun coming out, going on Zai here. They're going to stun him up nicely with the Inkswell, and they should have the damage to finish him off. Zai's going to go down as the first blood. He did level in the Poison Sting, and so close to 2.
Yeah, and they don't, they don't commit the 3 heroes to top, but they get a kill on the core Venom anyway.
I mean, it's nicely read. This type of lane can't actually be behind in levels. Wraith King is so potent with these early levels if you can get him quick enough.
And the other thing to watch, by the way, is because they put the PA against the Medusa mid lane, mid one is being forced to kind of subsist here in the bottom lane more or less by his lonesome. He'll have a little bit of his Yapsor, but you worry about his Dom timing being quite as influential as it would be if...
Yeah, we're seeing a kind of different version of the dynamic we usually see between Yapsor and Zai. But instead, this time it's mid one and Yapsor. Be interested to see how this unfolds in the coming few minutes. Oh, look at these handy tips. What we got here? Stay calm and polite, and you will have better success motivating your teammates. Is that true, Alan? Is that true? What if it's Kyle?
Oh, God.
So not Kyle.
Well, no. I think when you talk about motivating Kyle, I think the number one thing you need is crowbar. Anyway, not an auspicious start here for mid one is the S here at the 2-minute have to deal with. The mid wave is firmly under control. Getting off to a very nice start. Yes, and everybody tipped the mid.
Hey, if he's not pulling ahead in CS, he can pull ahead in his Dota Plus points, all right? Gonna buy some of those nice skins that aren't being added too much, Gabe. Please, Gaben, can we get some more stuff? Dota Plus for a year of it? Over 200,000 shards, not doing anything with them.
No, but you get Dota Plus.
Oh, That 1 month. Whoa, Alan. What shady deals you been doing, all right? How much they paying you to advertise Artifact here in Dota? They're already doing it with a trailer when I load up the game. I think that'll do.
Wow. Oh, you know me. I'm always sucking up the back.
Oh, you know. I'm just wink. Totally not a controversial message sent out by you recently.
Me.
This is a problem actually for Puppy. He can't easily trade effectively because these Skelly Bros do a decent amount of damage. Yeah. Rate 5 blast, Inkswell.
To being so tanky.
Well, he's not feeling tanky right now, and the big crit from Frost to get the kill. Zai just stands there and looks, goes, I don't know what you want from me, Master Pupan. I can't do anything here.
Yeah, and they are both low on mana, but that's still, as Spirit Breaker, you have the highest effective HP against physical damage of any hero in the game at level 1, but you're still suffering in this lane to the harass coming out and the sustained damage of the Wraith King.
The question is whether you're eventually going to reach a point if you just throw Zai in the bar source, just say, be on your own, get what you can. I'm going to bolster these other lanes. Gale coming in. Inkswell's out though. Hands they can't commit heavily onto him. He gets the stun onto 2. Going to try and move away, but the Gale is on him. And will Frost try for the deny? He's thinking about it. Decides against it though. The bash will make sure he can't get it very far. Hanskin is living life on the edge here actually. He doesn't tick out, but he'll still go down afterwards.
Fine. Honestly, the bigger concern, mid one is suffering. Bottom lane. This is not a hero that you can afford to have a tough lane. You have to be effective in that 10 to 15 minute window with the items you're able to get, usually an HOD, something in an laning phase. They have to have a plan. Yapsor has to kind of consolidate what he's able to get from his own jungle. Yeah, and he's already going to make the move down. You got to do this.
Yeah, this is the time. I think what they've been trying to do is prioritize XP for mid one, try and get a quick 6 and get the buzz. But like you said, it's a huge boost to actually have a good time in the helm with Domino in conjunction with those birds. All the while in the mid lane, lead is starting to build for Dusa. This feels a little bit too familiar.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you wonder if Secret watched that replay from yesterday, because what Chessie was able to do was cool action here top.
Yeah, Puppy's being chased onto. Hanskin hasn't got the stroke of fate. He could go for the play though. The Skelly Bros are given vision. Does he go for the snipe out? Nope, just out of range. Puppy kept running north all the time.
That's okay. And I mean, really, unless it's your core in position to get that kill, you're almost as well off letting the Spirit Breaker. It was only an angle left for regen. Just have to play cautiously in lane.
Yeah, instead, he'll TP back, and of course, he can charge out wherever he wants. He has got a level 1 bulldoze now. Not so bad of a choice, especially if you're going back to that top lane. The stats resistance against these stuns would be very handy. Great there, Alan. Got a little something in your mouth.
I'm totally fine. Nothing wrong here. Everything.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Everything is balanced.
We'll sniff it. Woosah. Woosah.
All right, Nisha gonna make use of the shrine. This is a nice, just nice to be able to give Puppy this like half wave XP.
Yeah, but Puppy's in top now, and they know it. They see Zai. The Inkswell hits the Wraithfire Blast follow-up. It's gonna be a lot of damage thrown out, and he's gonna go down. He tried to hit on the Hanskin, so he gets a vengeance post-mortem here. Puppy might be able to do it. There's a bulldoze in. Oh, he TP'd as well. Hanskin.
He just used his CP, yeah.
If he gets the kill here, I mean, if he does, even if he doesn't, it's huge.
Yeah.
He'll turn around. If Puppy goes down, that might be problematic, though. He'll be fine.
You know, it really is. I've wondered about that in the past. Is it worth it there for that couple creeps of XP to show, because you know your core top is going to get gone on when you do that? It's a nice little baby rotation there for the shrine, and for a Spirit Breaker, you're going to be being aggressive around the map anyway. But it's still, you really have to be aware as the core position player that when your support shows mid, you're going to get gone on.
Exactly. I mean, you can feel what he wants to do here. Spirit Breaker is this hero that really uses those early levels effectively. Just wants to be ganking, looking for kills. And so far, he hasn't really been able to find much. He helped out with 1 kill, but they are 3-1 in favor of TFT right now.
I mean, this is something that the TFT has identified about this early game, that the Medusa is just so much stronger than people think. I mean, this is exactly the play that Chessie ran yesterday. You get that level 7 levels of your split shot online, dip back into the jungle. You're not giving up too much in lane, and now your farm is just going to accelerate with 4 Wraith Bands.
Oh, he's just going in here. This is bold. He just needs to be careful. Inkspell's going to be Anisha. He has no escape plan now. Phantom Strike
Nisha.
coming off cooldown, but you have nowhere to get away. Nisha's going to die here.
Oh my gosh, and Chessie gets the kill. And look at the tower. You're going to be able to put at least some damage on the tower.
Mid one? Mid one goes down as well.
No!
The rotation from Frost. And this, I like this from TFT. They've identified that Zai's up to 6. He's got enough points to slow. He does a lot of dots. Probably better off just bolstering the 2 lanes that have been going so well for you instead of trying to invest in this lane. Because between 6 and 12, Venno doesn't contribute too much to the game.
Yeah, and besides the fact that he just has so many options for the way he can play this lane, Venno can shift back into playing defensively so easily. It's not a hero it's not a hero that feels good ganking at this point in the game.
Slithering around on a 3.25 movement speed. This kind of gives you a preview of the awkwardness of this hero. Eventually,
YapzOr, this has almost looked like a 2 years ago throwback Enigma. I mean, YapzOr's playing this early game extraordinarily passively. He's been sitting in his own secondary jungle pretty much the entire time. The burden is really going to be on him to make a play when he hits level 6. Our Secret is not going to get the early value out of this Enigma pick at all.
It wasn't wrong to identify this way because Eric could burn through his Eidolons fairly easily, but it's been complete lack of presence there. He didn't really have a choice, and now present in the bot lane. Frost thought about going for it, but forces the TPs out. Zai's here. They don't have vision for Frost either. They'll finally get it, but they can't keep it long enough for the charge. And that is a lot of wasted time for Secret.
Wow, it's a lot of wasted time for Secret. It kind of the right idea here because Wraith King is still short of the XP you need for that level 1 ult. So if they get a kill on him there, it feels very good. But look at the read by Frost. He's just going to TP right back top. He's solo against Puppey. Going to be able to zone him out of this lane.
Yeah, Puppey can't hang around. He went down. He got himself some power straight back up to farm.
I just like the early reads by TFT in terms of what lanes do we want to be in, where do we want to force the action is really nice. I think they've already recognized that Secret's trying to trade towers here, and I know I'm repeating this again, but the Dire tier 1 top tower just so much more significant than the Radiant on the other side.
It's also Secret. It feels like they've had to invest everything to get this push going, whereas on the other side, you look at this. Yes, you got PA farm in the mid, but Deuce is getting more value out of that jungle right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Question is, do they TP? No, they
not
don't.
really necessarily slowing down the Medusa, because she's gonna have access to that Dire jungle while they control the push bed. Secret's gonna try and extend this push.
They have much.
Their individual heroes they're weak.
Yeah.
YapzOr's still only halfway to level 6. You know, mid one has nothing. He's got his medallion up, which is nice.
They do have much more sustainability in their push, right? Because Wraith King, the Skelly Bros eventually are going to give up. There is. Spirit Breaker runs in. Phantoms of Rage silences them up. There's the hit with the Inkswell. He doesn't have an escape either. He's got the Bulldoze, but he won't get a chance to use the Phantoms of Rage out again. He attacks too slow.
And they can't even rotate back into the shrine, right?
He's going to get the shrine, but...
And he might still die.
He's going to go down. Charge. Oh, it's going to be close, but it's into the creep camp. He can't even deny himself because he bashes them on arrival.
I mean, that is just... you want to talk about the way it makes you feel. Now, if they... Okay, all right.
It drags attention, though, in the bot lane.
I actually like this trade. Like, it's very scary, ordinarily, for the other team to be able to push in and take a fight on top of your shrine this early on. But TFT are having a hard time resetting in time to trade this tier 2 tower. If Secret gets the bottom tier 2, I like that trade just fine.
Notice the fan.
Oh, especially if there's a rebuttal.
They found him here, but there's resistance. He skewers away and will TP away instantly. He doesn't want to talk this. No, YapzOr! He almost got the Malefice out. They're going to Frost instead. Getting even the Reincarnate down at this stage with 200-second cooldown would be worth it. Bash is coming out. Red Fire Blast thrown. The charge tree says, don't you touch Zai, but the Skeleton's already doing the deal. He needs to move away quicker. He'll be fine, but Frost, will he go down? It's going to be close. Puppey needs a bash. Well, yes, he doesn't need it. The poison will just tick him down. That's one life. Do they go again? Zai's thinking about it here, but the Skeleton's still alive. Yeah. They came back a second time. They can't.
I think you have to respect, because they have no vision right now on the Radiant side of the map. They're not at... You know, they're pretty sure that this Medusa isn't going to do anything right now, that she's just happily farming her jungle, but you're not totally sure of that. You have a nice little ward that's about to fade in the bottom corner of your primary jungle, but there's a lot of space on the map right now if you're Secret that you have to be aware of.
I just kind of look at Wraith King, the way they change the skeletons. It's kind of like they're learning from their father. He's teaching them how to kill slowly but surely as they learn Reincarnate.
This Medusa's a problem.
Yeah.
She's about to hit 7K net worth at 12 minutes. And she is going to join the tower defense. She's sick of the shit.
Yeah, they can't push into this.
Madness most of the way for Dragonlance. Oh gosh,
it's so scary. The movement speed on this hero, and we've said before about the difference between Agi and non-Agi heroes now in terms of move speed.
It was a balance change that I agree with. I think again, it's anybody that watched TI and concluded from what you saw at TI that Agi heroes needed to be buffed and that the movement speed disparity between cores and support needed to be increased. I just don't agree with that. That's just not my analysis of the game. Now, it's Dota. There's room for plenty of disagreement, but I really don't like the rework of movement speed at all.
I definitely welcome myself to smoke whatever the hell they're smoking, because I think I agree. This disparity is just buffing Agi heroes. They already got attack speed working in their favor, armor, and now movement speed. It's very hard to contend.
What is he building with this?
Maybe he just likes the fashionable aspect. Okay, he's got the helm with Dominator. Yeah,
it's done.
You're thinking old helm still, aren't you?
It threw me off that it was the Ring of Health and it's quick by bar instead of the Ring. But whatever. Okay, that's fine.
He definitely needs the helm.
Thinking of the old. Yeah.
Hanskin? They see him here. Yeah, he knows. He's already like, wait, I've shown in lane for like 10 seconds, and I haven't seen Puppy for at least 20.
It's like this 20th time I never remember the new damn Dom recipe, even though I built it 30. Whatever. All right, mid one's gonna be okay if you can complete this Dom, but they're here in the meet.
How do you defend this? Still not even the ult level comes out yet. Oh, Bird's coming in. There's the gate going out though. Now you're in trouble. Mid one, no.
What are you doing?
And the Birds as well. They're going to take the tower. They can go for more. Yeah, some fan moving in. Can he do anything here? Die. Slow down with Soulbind, but they can't move forward. The Malthus was on point there.
Oh, and this is like, okay, you're not going to find a bigger mid. I have told him to his face on multiple occasions, he is going to be a TI winning player. All right, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, if he is going to win TI within the next 3 years, mid one. But that was a decision that I find highly questionable. He was coming back in. Going to be able to start generating the map pressure on that Visage to make the decision right there to contest that tier 1 tower, knowing how far Medusa is ahead. That's something that I think they're going to take a look at when they watch the replay as a team. They're trying to do something about the Medusa now with a DD on Nisha down here too. Yeah, but Chessie is playing pretty defensive. They have to dive the tower if they want this. He doesn't have the stone gates for 30. Yeah, they know the ult is down, but the pressure is on. There it is. They're gonna go straight in. Can I get it? Never Strikes there as well. Chessie the big kill. They'll find him. 400 gold to mid one. EDPA, baby. And the rest of the team, there's going to be questions asked. TFT, of course, they've stationed him for a push on top. They thought Medusa was untouchable, but it's just a little preview. Did I miss it? Was that a cosmetic or something? I thought he had DD room, but now I'm clicking on him. That was a DD, but not for Rogue. Okay. It ran out. Got it. Look at this position from TFT. Deuce is up to 25. I don't think you can wait that long, though. You just have to decide if you go with Hour or let's have a niche. She's getting way too low. Actually, you might have time. Finally, they'll realize Zai should be tanking this. That's going to clap down again, though. Nisha is living life on the edge. Honestly, I don't think you can test without Medusa. Like, okay, I mean, PA with Aegis is scary at this point, but your Medusa is so farmed that you can walk into a fight, and by the time and I think you need to think in terms of let's not do something with the other 4 heroes that are just going to give the game away. That was the ballsy element for Secrets. They knew that was risky. You saw how low they were. As you said, probably not going to make a play without Tusa, but that was an opportunity Secret had to just seize, because after you get that kill on Dusa, she's never going to be alone like that again. Absolutely, absolutely. I just don't think it. I think both teams made the right decision. You know, as boring as that sounds. Ooh, blood. The blood god does require. I think Secret. I like the chance taken by Secret, but I like the decision by TFT to say, look, the big question in this game for both sides is what are they going to do about this Medusa? I don't think having Aegis on the PA at this point really tips the balance if there's a big 5v5 engagement. Yeah, because you commit heavily onto it. There is one, that Stone Gaze. The other element, of course, is there's an egg on the side to deal with in an RP. And she's just, I mean, she's got 2 Wraith Bands and Treads, right? She didn't even, she's pretty significant. Well, no. I guess she's reasonably close to Odessa, right? She's almost got the goal for the second Mithril Hammer.
Yeah, he's getting pretty close. Nisha, not too much longer. There it is. He's actually completed it.
It is.
And that is when he needs to make a fight.
That could catch him a little bit. I mean, they might believe that the PA is a little bit farther behind than she is.
Yeah, but it's still hard to approach this, especially with the Lumen threat of that RP. And by the way, you notice the fan, he went for the Crimson Guard. Such a regularly built item by offlaners, but also especially by this player. It's good here, though, against the Visage. What does he do now?
Nisha's farming, though. I mean, I think with the Decimal on PA, I mean, you could crush with a perfect black hole here. You're just super.
And now TFT might be punished for this. Look at the mid lane. They'll be able to go in. Easy kill. One strike will do it.
And that's the problem, right? The problem with doing that is, you know, the minute you show Medusa TPing to that top lane to farm, it just opens up. It's such a vacuum on the map that you know Secret's going to fill.
And they are.
And they still have a team even from behind. You know, behind. I say that they're one game behind. They still have a team that's going to take objectives incredibly quickly.
Full fight going on. Zai getting super low. They missed the Gale. There's going to be a charge through. No, RP into the black hole on the end side as well. Can they get through quick enough? Rave Key still the fight hasn't gone down. Will finally fall. They drop the midnight pulse, but the egg finally goes pop. Magnus will fall. They need to get Deucer over. She's run as quickly as she can. Zai hits off the poison. Can they get it onto Frost? Yes, they can. It goes down the second time. They're going to chase forward. Error in the base, though. They can't go after him. And Secret take a farewell fight. Chessie arriving now with Stone Gaze. But what do you do with this? What? Mistake after mistake here.
Honestly, the mistake was giving up on the bottom lane.
And now
they had every opportunity to force engagement on their terms.
Chessie's in trouble. Nishi's going to burn out afterwards. Or is he? No. Error. There we go. They get it once, but now you need to run. It's just this is what's alive.
You just can't make mistakes like this against Team Secret.
They capitalize. It's just like you said, that one small error and failing to commit to the push led to all this.
I just disagree so strongly with the casualness there. I mean, they know when Medusa does that. Okay, she's not bots or anything. All right, she's by far the strongest hero on the map. If you take away the Medusa, the rest of Secret is hugely ahead of the final tribe right now. And so they know when they see Medusa TP to that top tier 1 tower, the map is theirs, and you need to back with a little bit more urgency. Does TFT. Even then, right, if Eunice isn't so far forward toward that jungle camp, they're okay, because Frost was largely the one that got initiated on. But when the Magnus is caught up in that initial opening salvo as well, Medusa can't come back in the fight by herself.
See you later, Hanskin.
Yeah, that's PA.
On hero and all of our mid one, just keep the split pushes going. TFT, they're going to be at a point where they are going to get desperate to make a play. And Secret, they already are anticipating this. They put themselves in that box. Now we're going to see if Secret can close the lead as they start to take towers. The top tier one's going to fall as Yapsil's made the rotation. And they are going to move up to support him as they probably pushing for a tier 2 here.
You just can't leave an opening on the map against a team that as well as Secret is. And with that much talent.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Look at this, trying to go Phoenicia, but this is kind of the crux of Medusa. She's been so effective because she's so far forward, but now that's evening up, you don't have any lockdown. You just run at people. Or do you have the burst? That's the problem. Is your biggest worry in this game has to be if Phoenicia is equal with me on gold. If he reaches that point, doesn't matter how big my mana shield is, my health is going to disappear quicker.
Well, I mean, you're going to have a whole lot of stat items, and in theory, you've got a lot of teamfight control around you. The Wraith King is not huge, but got Blink Armlet. He's got enough to at least attract some attention.
The problem is they haven't been playing around that. They're going to try now, but the moment they do, look at Secret. They split up and start split pushing
right now. Like, I mean, TFT, you've got to recognize that when just the way that your team is right now, and it's the nature of your lineup in general, that you are very strong together. Secret is much stronger than you the minute you spread yourself around the map. And that's why TFT is just, they're having a hard time committing. They're going to run a smoke play here, but they're running that smoke play out of the steps of their own base. These kinds of plays are very, very difficult to do.
And they actually give up and just take the Eidolons instead. Zai's already setting up shop on the hill here.
I mean, you know, you have so much, there's so much dire information on that side of the map that you can't expect that kind of stuff. Too obvious. There's just there's nothing, like when they don't have vision of your heroes for 10 seconds, there's just nothing else that you could.
Things are going to get worrying soon because you look at Puppy, he's building the Halberd, he's not far off now. At which stage, Deuce is done.
There's no soon. They're worrying. Yeah, this is where you really look at the Wraith King and you go that this is a 4 protect 1 lineup. There's just not enough threat once they're able to deal with the Deuce. That Halberd, it's not dispellable.
Speaking of the man himself, Puppy on the charge, going in the handskin here. Will be silenced up those who'll back away. Just a little preview of the damage that comes out from just a level 1 bulldoze.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is getting worrisome. Very worrisome. Chessie's running out of place so he can farm safely as well. Meanwhile, on the top, they see Frost. He has got the reincarnate, but it's not going to last long. He goes down once. He's just ready the second time. Oh, no. The skewer interrupted. Jonas, he can't do anything. Frost down for the same time. RP out now. But the charge is in time. Puppy says, what do you think you're doing? The Sunray burning them up, but they don't care. They'll find the kill. Nisha will walk it off. He's getting low. Phantom Race coming out. They're going to Phantom Strike away. They're diving in. Error. Gets the Inkswell out. Puppy taking decent damage here, but they didn't find the kill on Nisha, which means you have to worry about the PA coming back in.
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming back in. Blood. Dagger. There it is. Charge cross. Hands is gone. Now the charge on the Error as well. They can go for him if they want. He's got the egg, but can't commit in the bash. Puppy.
Oh, come on. Just give your PA the ultra.
No, he plows through him. He wants to make sure there's no egg, no chance. Me on the base the whole time. These fiends, these split pushes. Mid one and looking at that tower.
And look at Yapzor, by the way, from the 4 position with this Crimson Guard and Mech, these sustain items. You know, we talked about mid one falling a little bit behind in farm, but Yapzor is just there to pick up the slack in terms of giving them what they need to get through these team fights and the spread damage of the Medusa. And I get all kinds of flack when I treat Yapzor stats. And, oh, you can't really compare Yapzor to other support players. Secret gives him so much farm. Yeah, you know what? They'll let Michael Jordan take a lot of shots, too. Okay, this guy delivers with the resources that he's given in every game. Mid here, this could be a huge kill on Medusa, but they don't have quite enough.
Well, okay. But I think you're right on the Yapzor scenario. I mean, if it was just that case, if that was your argument, then why isn't every other team running like this? Why is every other team not having this combo of 3 and 4? Because this is very specific style, and it takes very specific players to pull off. And we saw the outcome, actually. Like, last game, maybe next time try to do this, and it didn't work out. Oh, don't get me wrong. He farmed well, but what was he able to do with it? What was his team able to do with it?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a hard thing to do in general, but I also like the fact that Yapzor's been able to do this, you know, without the Midas. They gave him a ton of space in the early game, and that was a concern, right? I mean, it was a lot of the reason that mid one was behind, was that Yapzor sat in his jungle. But I think you're getting value out of that now.
There was a slight stutter there. Do you want to restart the call, Alan?
Sure.
All right, folks, just get that out of the way. It's actually been pretty good since we started using the US servers instead. All right, there we go.
All right, let's try it again.
Just playing it safe. You don't want to miss out on what's happening here because there's a smoke play out from Secret.
Up for a big one.
Yeah, Chessie, if he goes down here, this is everything. He has got the gaze though, but look at this side. Nice talent. Gale for the wards to just appear on the impact. And everyone wants Roche here. This is what it's all about. Both teams know.
Medusa does have that 7 mana talent now.
Oh, jump in. Can he get the poison arrow out? There's going to be kills from Guardian Greaves. There's the poison arrow going down. Burning him up, but not enough. The Soulbind keeping him together. They should be able to run him down. This gaze is used, force him out. Zaya's gone. Yasuo's going to be stunned up. They can't go any deeper. Puppy charging in here. Gets stunned up by the egg, and now he has no escape plan either. The crits are big. They'll run him down, and suddenly, well, TFT, they claim the Roche pit.
Yeah, it should be Roche. I mean, Yapzor, in theory, Yapzor was going to have Black Hole 10 seconds after that fight. You can see it's up now, but he didn't have the mana for it, even if it had come off cooldown a little bit sooner.
And he still takes the opportunity to push in on the racks. It's the best he can hope for because they can't contest the Roche anymore. But look at this, TFT. They're not strong enough to do it. They're worried. They're going back. Nisha, Ray Fire Blast's going to be there.
Push pressure.
Yes, BKB being delivered. His BKB's going to come out. He'll TP away.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed delivery by the courier.
Very nice. That's high-level play there.
Well, they at least sniped the courier, but he'll die happily knowing it kept its carry alive. That would have
absolutely worth, and that's, I mean, it's an unconventional Roche defense, but it works. 2 heroes down, doesn't matter because of the bottom lane split push pressure applied by the PA.
And this now frees up Secret to go in the Roche pit if they want. There is still the RP, but no egg.
Oh,
no gaze.
With the Roche pit, look at what you're able to do on your side of the map. You got all 5 heroes farming. This point is Secret, and this is the situation that we started to worry about when the Enigma first showed up in the draft. That our Secret going to end up with this 4 cores versus 2 scenario.
Indeed, and while they're farming up the jungle, mid one is pretty content in pushing another. He's going towards the AC next. He's going to be Devil and provide a lot for his team and his birds.
TFT's been a little bit uncertain about what they wanted to do, and as a result, that gap between the Medusa and the PA is just almost...
I mean, where was he at before? Like 3k lead over the PA at any given time, and now look at it. Less than 1,000 gold between them.
It was more than that. He looked like he was just going to stomp the game.
Joe, just how some
TFT
small mistakes cost you.
It's tough, right? You're walking such a fine line, but...
Mid one is walking straight into his death there. Yeah. They had the high ground ward.
Not gonna have to walk back to his base.
Oh, it's convenient. And here's the result of that though. Because they went bot, look what's happening in the Roche pit now, and PA can potentially do this quick enough against the crits.
Oh, I don't know.
They were quick on the response, and RNG was not favoring Nisha there.
You got, I mean, this Medusa is a siege tank for sure, but
when she claims the ground, good luck getting her off it.
Yeah.
Charge in the mid lane. Puppy. Oh, Nisha. He's gone. They get rid of Handskin. Now the Rake Fire Blast coming across. Instantly hits the crit. The RP is going to be there as well. They want it so badly. The Black Hole coming out and a Raking alone. They'll be able to get rid of him once. Going to get rid of him twice. Nisha has saved it. Now Stone Gates to the back foot. Jesse looking on to Puppy here. But he's going to just start running away. There he is. Comes back up the reincarnate. Nisha with the BKB needs to move away though. He can't deal with the Dusa, and he knows it, especially with the BKB running out. It's a push in the bot lane, though. Mid one, making the best of the situation. And you give him lemons, he's going to make one hell of a lemonade.
But they're just, I mean, it's weird. They're kiting the Medusa, and they're kiting her in a very unconventional way. Typically, it's you talk about heroes with range or heroes with slows or stuns kiting a melee hero. The way that they're kind of kiting a Medusa by anticipating where she is on the map and just taking fights from the other side, so that she's always coming in on the backside of these fights. It feels like a little bit late. She's never in position after the RP to start pouring in her damage.
The question,
and Stone Gaze is an ability that has to be used in combination with other AoE team fight skills.
Absolutely. And the question I'm looking at right now is, do they want to commit to the Roche pit? It takes them a long time, but there's no black hole anymore. That was the biggest threat against going in there on the side of TFT.
I don't know. I think it's one of those where, sure, you know, the black hole's down, but RP is down on your side, and starting to look at it as 3 of our heroes are getting really behind in the game.
He's starting to get worrisome. Jonathan fan, look at his net worth.
I don't think there's a way for them to catch up. At least farming. You know, you're not going to out farm and you're not going to outsplit Secret. Eventually, if you are TFT, you are going to have to hard commit as 5.
And that's the thing. I was going to say, when you look at Jonathan fan, his whole build isn't about boosting his own farm.
Exactly.
That's been the thing we've been waiting for a long time from TFT is, are you going to stack up and go? And good on the reaction, they haven't been proactive.
Yeah, they just haven't been willing to commit, and it's scary against. Okay, this might be it.
They just
might do it now.
They waited a little bit longer than I would recommend. Black Hole still on cooldown for 50 though. They can get through this quick enough, but they might have some interference.
They got RP. You know, Magnus is back. He's going to make sure that at least the bottom lane isn't too pushed in. But look at Nisha. Look at Nisha.
He knows. Oh, charge in. They're engaging here. Soulbind comes down. There's the egg being dropped, but 1 and 2 fallen already so quick. The charge in. You always cancel it. Now Pumpy stuck in. Sasford is just in time, but won't matter. He's still going to football. The buybacks come out. Nisha arrives. He finds the kill on Eric. Can he get anything more, though? Chessie was disarmed, but he's still formidable here. The bird's going to be ran down and killed off. One of them will drop before actually dropping. Can they find anything else? Frost, Blink, good forward. Ray Fire Blast is off cooldown. Goes on to Venom Master. A lot of damage done here. There's the Poison Over through. 4-star forward. Chessie wants to finish this off, but he can't. No, Zai survives. Enough armor on
Black hole
him.
at 6.
And Nisha's looking to poke at this. Can they go
They
in?
better have black hole timed.
They can. They're going to have black hole for when Frost is back up as well. That's the other problem. Midnight Pulse, TFT, they are going to be disciplined. They need to retreat, but they need to do it in an orderly
TFT
fashion.
better know.
Inkswell, not really helping to move Frost quicker here. It's pretty slow. There you go. 4-star will get him out.
Okay.
Once again, Roche will not be felled here.
Yeah, and a flurry on either side. Was that 3 buybacks total?
Yes, 3 buybacks total,
Okay,
2 for Secret.
On the side of Secret, and just air on the side of TFT. Am I right about that?
That is correct.
Okay, and so that's got to feel pretty good for TFT. I mean, that was the first of the big commitments that they're going to need to make.
I especially like the way TFT handled it because they moved in the right location. By going into that funneled area, yes, you're worried about black hole, but Phoenix was staying far back with the Sunray, which makes it very hard to contest.
It also looks like they've made the adjustment to the split push pressure too. They left Eunice down bottom to maintain that lane. Had him come into the fight with fairly good timing. RP is still up,
but so is black hole. This is the difference. You need to use the RP to react to a black hole in most case scenarios.
Yeah. It's okay though. I mean, Enigma is limited in his mobility.
Oh, Chad.
He almost has it.
They're going on him here. Never strike. Can't actually get the game that time. No, they're gonna get him. He's gonna go down. Frost moves in as well. Now he's fighting against them all alone. Reincarnate is gonna come back up. Error. He has to commit the egg. He's gonna throw it down. The Yule's out onto the PA. Frost trying to do away. They're gonna charge straight through on the handskin here. The egg will go pop. The skewer back. Get Puppy away here. RP committed onto 2. It's not good enough to poison over the side. They go and they find it. Frost is down. Nisha. He's ready to dominate this fight. The crit comes out. Jonas and Fan being chased onto with the Phantom Strike. And he's gonna fall as well. And suddenly, the floodgates just open up and Secret are falling towards the base.
You just can't die without buyback as Chessie. You cannot die as the producer in this game without buyback.
Look how close he is as well. 30 gold away. That's going to cost you a lane, possibly 2, because the bot is exposed as well. Oh, okay. Looks like Zai going in. Won't be able to hit the Gale. Just a little bit off the mark.
Middle barracks have fallen.
And that's going to be a second lane. You have to give it up, but that's going to be free because look at this. Mid one's going top. He's not wasting any time. They now know Dusa has no buyback because you wouldn't let him in the base like this.
And this was something that we saw happen a lot.
Oh, they're going. Dusa, she has the buyback now. Mid one, he got baited in. He's going to be going down. They save the lane. The Yule's coming out onto the Spirit Breaker. Skewer through will miss as a result. The charge through. Puppy trying to make a escape. Rainfall Blast in the crits. Jumps in, hands it on the black hole. It's huge. It gets everyone that matters here. Nisha trying to go to work. It's going to get low. The bat's going to be there. He's going to fall again. He just fought back, and now TFT. Game over indeed. It's Frosty reincarnates, but he can't handle the carnage. The charge through from Puppy to ensure no one is escaping this alive. That should be game. Oh, the skewer, Jonas. This could be big. He gets him in. Puppy's going to go down Nisha's low as well. Yapsaw, the burner through them. How have they held here? They're going to get
Is that a game-saving play?
Spirit Vessel, they need to tap him again. Can they find the Fire Spirit? Yes! They get him!
Oh my
TFT! Jonas! He saved his team.
Oh, why do we not have Dota Sports Center? Because I mean, come on, that's the play of the day right there, man. They are out of this game.
They have held on despite all odds. It looked grim and over. But Jonas, because he survived him before he healed up, he waited patiently. He saw that Secret were being greedy. They wanted to secure that kill instead of finishing the game.
That is a play right there for the ages. It's not going to get talked about because Secret are just so good, but that's amazing. This game was absolutely over, and that the error by Chessie, that I was just going to say, that's something that you saw happen a lot around last February or so when they changed the buyback costs. Because Medusa, right at that level 23, she's right in that mid-20s part of the game where buyback costs start to ramp up. And she probably didn't know that she was just short of buyback when she dived mid lane. Error will make a play here, but no.
He charged in. He charged in as they were going.
And no information. I mean, Roche is at like half health at that point.
Well, he knows now, but he has no buyback. Jonas, trying for another skewer play. He's got to be feeling like a big boy after what he done last time, but he won't find it. Frost is up, and they find a pick off here with the Empower. This Wraith King does a lot of damage, but being slowed by the wards, he won't be able to find anyone. I think the biggest worry is you're trying to poke at this Roach Pit, but you're always looking back at your base, courtesy of the 2 lanes you just lost. It's scary. Oh, Gale. Frost has been slowed. They don't want to hard commit on this, though, because they now have to kill him twice. So if they can keep him away from the pit, if they can just actually keep them close to their base, Nisha can sneak into this solo.
I just don't think there's any way as TFT that you're going to be able to mount a space contest here.
Down for a long time.
I guess it is refresher, right? So yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
And look at this Puppy. Make sure there's no disruption here. Grim straight down to half HP. There's the Ghost Center to make sure Frost can't do it. Anything? Gaze has been used. They're just going to walk away from Deucer, though. The skewer through. Mid one dragged back in. BKB from Nisha. There's the RP connection to the black hole. Again from Yaxel. The charge through to just add to the damage. Deuce is going to go down. They're all falling at TFT. They know it's all over with this. They had to make the play. But in the end, they lose.
Double
Too
kill.
much secret. Too much Yasser. And he actually missed Frost there, right? And they'll call it. What a game effort here by both squads. It's just, I think TFT waited too long to commit. Kind of strategy against a secret lineup with this much split pushing potential, you have to commit to a push at some point, especially when you know that you have a gap between Medusa and their cores. And
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team banned.
Oh.
Bit more time.
Relaxing, no rush to go. Oh shit, we're running late.
Yeah. No, it was that's interesting. That item was largely optional.
Proven time and time again, just 4-star skewer, 4-star skewer. They're not leaving.
Well, and you still have, I mean, it just opens things up a lot, right? You don't always have to be spell skewer back.
Yeah. No,
10
all right,
seconds remaining.
I think we can probably get started.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's get ready to go live in 5, 4, 3. Oh wait, reset this call just to be safe.
Dire team banned.
Ah, good. Yeah.
All right, now we can go live.
Go.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome back, folks. That's right. More to come here. Team Secret versus TFT. And Team Secret, well, they
10
took game
seconds
1,
remaining.
but the Final Tribes definitely made them win. And I don't know about you,
5
Alan, but I
seconds
am
remaining.
excited to see how this second game opens up.
Oh, absolutely. Final Tribe had everything they wanted and then some in the first 15 match. I think the early game went almost exactly as they drew it up. They knew exactly the trades that they were getting. They had a Medusa that was way out in front. She was almost at 10k net worth, with the PA of Nisha still below 7k. But as we talked about before the series started, a team like Secret, you get
Radiant
one
team
mistake. And the one mistake, in this case by Final Tribe, it's not always a fight that you take. Sometimes it's the fight that you don't take. They disengage. A little bit too casual. Medusa TP's top to farm the lane, and all of a sudden Secret take full control of the map.
And that's the horrifying part about that, is it seemed like a little thing. You just see Medusa TP away, but the ripple effects that it had completely just took the wind out of TFT, and suddenly it was Secret in front. But
The Wyvern, this is something that TFT haven't shown. Okay, this is a new look. I like this. I like this. They're gonna change things up a little bit.
fresh perspective, because Team Secret did snatch away the Magnus, so no godly skewers coming from Jonas. Maybe from someone else, though. Nas.
Well, and I like this a lot, too, from TFT, because
seconds
both
remaining.
Frost and Chessie can play this hero. This can be a safe laner for them. It
5
can also be a
seconds
mid.
remaining.
So a lot of flexibility preserved. The Wyvern most likely going to be Era's hero, but we've seen that Wyvern run in a core position as well.
Hello. Slark's make an appearance. Snowball Hero 101. Pick Slark. Get Agi, win game.
Yeah. And it's just Secret's comfort level with, at any given time, Nisha or mid one just swap back and forth, with one of them being the one
10
creating
seconds
space
remaining.
and the other one sort of being the harder farmer. And
5
both can play
seconds
Slark.
remaining.
You expect it to be Nisha's hero, but yeah, it's a weapon in the hands of Secret. I'm not entirely, despite the early returns on Slark being very powerful, his pub winning percentage is still pretty high, I believe. And of course the permanent Agi steal. I'm still not sold on Slark in a patch where I still don't think we've seen the true power of these early BKB carriers like.
And even earlier than that. against the pounce. We've seen a nice little trick to get out of those. Of course, you use the iron branches, push yourself out of pounces. So you're going to need additional lockdown with the Slark for sure.
Not necessarily a classic Empower hero, but Slark can farm pretty damn fast. People forget about that, but go watch.
In that you max out Dark Pact. A long time ago it was Pounce first, but you'll always exclusively see Dark Pact the first thing maxed out on Slark now. Ban wise, well, Sand King banned out by Secret. Some respect just being shown to Jonas, right? They banned out 3 of his heroes and taken the other one.
Yeah, and I think that when you watch TFT's replays for the last couple of days, there are so many of their drafts, almost all of them really, where Jonas is just the crux of the matter. He's the guy that's being asked to sort of do a little bit of everything. He's the guy that being able to create space around the map. He's asked to dictate the flow of the fights. You've seen disproportionate numbers of support bans. I mean, Dazzle's still on the table, right?
Shaman as well, as that is where the side of TFT will go. A lot of tower killing potential this lineup already.
There's a lot of tower killing potential, but again, the value of Shadow Shaman against a hero like Slark is just so much lower now that Hex is once again
dire team pick.
Most definitely.
I mean, even Shackles, as Rasta, you have to be super careful trying to shackle the Slark. If you do that at the beginning of the anime.
And now, look at this. Lich coming out. Not only good to combo with the Magnus, but it should be pointed out with the rework to this hero. He enables very easy pounces for Slark and gives him that kill potential in lane we were talking about.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, that new Frost Shield is just fearsome on any hero that can get up into the action and certainly Slark. You're really going to feel that. It's a very good partner to Slark because it offsets his. All right, there's your Jonas hero, and I mean he's shown he's a very, very good Beastmaster. There's a lot of push potential once again coming out of the side of the final tribe. I mean, I really do feel they were heading, not just in terms of net worth, but this is another lineup where they are going to have to make the right decisions in committing to pushes. Beastmaster makes it so that you are a little bit wider here. You're going to be able to apply broader map pressure.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an interesting thing you highlight. I agree. TFT were definitely ahead last game, but they made that mistake, and this is where you have to be almost flawless because Secret are the team most renowned for if they see one mistake, they milk the hell out of it. This is one way to cover yourself though. Tide, not an easy hero to get the jump on or overwhelm in the lane.
Also begs the question, is this going to be a Yapsor Mag?
Possibly.
Does Tide slide right over into the 3 position and you get that Yapsor Mag?
We might even see Tide mid. We have been seeing that a decent amount recently.
Yeah, I think that was more of a... Wasn't that the sort of gimmick against...
I think it might be one of the matchups we've seen as PA. I think it depends on your opponent.
I think that was a matchup pick. I do like... don't get me wrong, I like Tidehunter in this patch. This like Solar Crest and Deso builds that people have been going, those are legit on this hero. They synergize so much better with the recent patch changes that have been made to Gush and Anchor Smash. This hero can threaten enemy supports while Ravage is down.
Ban is going to be on the Monkey King by TFT. They don't think it's a mid-tide. They're thinking mid-1. They could be saving him a special hero here, but...
Oh, I think so.
There's still room for him, of course. Especially when you got that Magnus, you could look towards something like that Ember. Maybe not with this much lockdown, but it is an option on the table. Definitely benefits from the cleave.
Let's be real. I'm always going to be selfish and hope for a mid-1 because... Yeah, that obviously the Slark Leash is not the kind of setup that you'd have with like a Roar or Nyx Assassin Stun, but that would balance out the damage potential of the lineup.
I think it allows you to transition very quickly into strong early pushes as well. Because you look at Team Secret right now, they kind of want to be stacked. TFT is going to try and split push, but when you talk about big fat team fights, you've got the Ravage, you've got the RP, you've got the Chain Frost. There's so much here for Secret.
Radiant team pick.
And the TFT is going to have the overall last pick here, and there's still a lot of flexibility to where this Lone Druid can go. So they can pick a mid or a safe lane. And depending on that, the tempo can shift quite a bit.
Oh,
Kunkka. I know you. A lot of people. I know you're high on Kunkka. I'm still not convinced. I don't think Kunkka. I don't think he gained really much from this new patch, whereas so many of the Agi heroes that you gained a lot. But mid one's an excellent Kunkka.
No, I agree. Like, looking at it from that perspective, you're correct. Because we build so many stat items early on these cores now, the advantage for Kunkka for a long time was he dominates CS, he denies you a crap ton. But now with the XP change and the building of these very quick Agi items with the Wraith Bands, you can compete. So,
I mean, you got some options here. You could go like a Jug here as Final Tribe and just transition into a pretty safe lane Jug, mid lane Druid, transition into a pretty fast pushing lineup. Or you could leave the Jug, you could leave the lone Druid in the safe lane, and you could go for Lena. Feels a little bit risky here.
I don't know, but I do like the OD ban, by the way. I want to say that from Team Secret. It's really good against the Kunkka, because it can screw up his combo, and also melts for the Tide Hunter. I think Puppy was just sitting there having flashbacks, the Mana Boys days, and he went, nah, that's not happening to my mid.
Yeah, and that's something that should be mentioned, right? Ooh, wow, that's a hero. All right, have I seen this hero in the qualifiers yet?
I don't think we've seen it in qualifiers. I've seen it maybe once or twice in the last patch ran by like tier 2 CIS teams in kind of an off-lane role.
Yeah, I know I've seen it, but it's mid here, and I've seen it in some high-level pubs in replays, but not so much in the pro scene. It's important here. Effectively, the Final Tribe doesn't have a save because the Winter Wyvern Cold Embrace can be a very good save against like these PA lineups. But I mean, you've got Kunkka, Tide, Magnus, Lich. It's you Cold Embrace somebody, they're gonna die.
Yeah, it's a liability for sure in this scenario. I mean, you can maybe Cold Embrace a creep on a push. That's as good as it's going to get. You're not going to use...
It's okay. I think we're going to try and win the mid lane kind of pick. I mean, he is going to beat the Kunkka, probably. But what does Razor really do for it?
It'll be interesting to see him though, because of the changes to him. He can farm a decent pace now, of course, with his passive triggering an AoE as compared to before. These are heroes. We will see. Top, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you see these elite 4-position players playing the Magnus. In lane, they're very good, and it's also just Magnus is a hero that's building mobility items anyway, so they're just going to be able to get around the map as they apply a lot of pressure.
I think it should also be highlighted the rate of farm that Tide's going to get up here, because of course the changes to Anchor Smash with the Empower now, you can clear camp super fast and you can get aggressive very early after you pick up like phase boots, for example.
You know, are they just going to try and, I mean, maybe you brought it up in the context of farming, but I mean that's a decent amount of damage. 120 passive damage at a 500 AoE now from the Razor passive. I mean, you could just go Death Ball around that in this.
Quite possibly. You need the levels first, so you're looking at about a 10-minute transition into pushes. You have the wards, you've got the bear, and you've got the aura from the Beastmaster. This could be the plan.
I mean, is Razor just he's always been a 5-man hero, right? But I think we think about Razor as a slow siege 5-man hero, and the question is, does some of the reworks of this hero, along with the buff to Wraith Band and all that, does it make this a 5-man hero who can actually really push pretty fast?
You can run people down very fast as well. When you consider the passive in conjunction with the Wraith Band builds now,
right? That's
insane movement speed.
All right, this is going to be interesting, and I think it's the same fundamental template in that case that TFT tried to go with in the last game. And it's going to be on Secret to recognize that they're going to try and play that way.
Secret getting aggressive early on, Jonas. It's going to walk it off because this is actually a Postry Sham, by the way. We didn't actually mention into that.
Yes.
Yeah, so taking a lot of damage, actually. The board's slowing him down here. He'll be able to get away, though. They can't keep on him, Jonas. He has got the shot coming off cooldown in 5. It's going to be close. They need another tap. They want to find it. Hanskin moving across, but nice blocks out from Zai.
Yeah. And by the way, that is actually a critical point in terms of how this game is. You think about the role that they've just been asking Eunice to play in all of these matches. He's been in the middle of the fight. He's been staying full in tempo, and you know, Shadow Shaman is a much harder hero to do that with. He needs that mobility item to start getting into those fights.
Of course, as a result, that does mean we're going to see a Beastmaster support. It's been a while since we saw this, but I can kind of get behind it, especially with the return of the Call the Wild build. Like, that was where it was strong. Zai? Actually taking a lot of damage here. They could get him. He needs to TP away right now. He's not good.
Arctic is just owning it.
Yep, there he goes.
He's got, oh, wow.
And, well, they spread the goal between them. The boar was involved the whole time as well.
Yeah, exactly. He had the Arctic burn and the boar and the creep wave on him the entire time. That's a lot of damage, even for a Tide. Did not have a level in the passive yet.
And in the mid, we're seeing why Razor loves facing up against melees so much. Even with the Empower, Kunkka's going to struggle with the CS a little bit. Wild.
He's getting those denies, but
I'm just looking at this bot lane because they've left Niche in a 2-on-1 scenario. Not exactly the best case for Slark. Usually this is a hero you feed kills too early on, so you can actually do.
You're being too kind. They can't, and they're going to TP some. They can't leave us. He would just get.
Puppey arrives. He's going to pull the wave through. Nisha's still got a lot of regen, so he'll be fine to tank. Tanking him. You've really got to respect the Arctic burn,
man.
Have you seen a Tide pummel this hard? He did start with a point in Gush, so it's kind of his own fault. Oof. Although we shouldn't, we should reserve any thoughts about this. But this is a great start for TFT. I say reserve thoughts because it's a great start last time for TFT.
Yeah, look at what TFT have to do now too, because Puppey comes down here and they realize that he's pulling. He's almost gotten he's got the through pull on the camp. They have to bring the Hanskin Beast back. Now they're going to be able to take this camp.
And say thank you very much while you do it. Filling up the bear. That's actually another thing about this change for Lone Druid. It means that you are less likely to have to resummon the bear early on than you used to be. Okay.
Just a little subtle thing. I really like the move. I think Hanskin was his own Puppey out so that he wasn't in.
Seems that way. In the mid one, he is actually keeping up at a decent pace, but Chessie has a lot of denies here.
Yeah.
This will, I think this gets easier as it goes on because, of course, the Tide Ring have bonus damage. You can't stop that. Yeah, once you get like level 3.
And the big thing is, right, it with this amount of denies, with like 12 denies, I mean, you'd be looking at a significant level disparity in the last patch. A gold disparity in this kind of a 1-1 match, much less, particularly.
Although it can escalate a little bit when you consider it's a strength hero versus an Agi, and when you build those rep bands, you can chase like this for long with the static link. Good job, Ice Fraud.
Aqua was removed from the game, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like strength heroes are building it as well, so it didn't just matter about the Agi. But it's not like strength heroes typically have even less mana on average when you think about the matchups.
And look at, once again, the combination of this Lone Druid and the Beast are able to take the Radiant pull. Not going to be able to do that, Puppey. At the very least, they're going to get the gold from it.
It should actually be pointed out the thing that people sometimes forget about, which is the attack speed from the Beastmaster as well. It just, it hurts so much. No matter where you are as Hanskin, you're going to have an impact on a lane. And he has a haste now. Puppey, walk away, kind sir.
You can just disengage, and at the very least, you're forced to waste that Frost Shield. 30-second cooldown and quite a bit of mana early on. And Lich isn't going to care. He's got clarity in 2 minutes.
But it stops any potential aggression, and obviously the pounce on a 20-second cooldown, and we'll probably stay at level 1 until the Dark Pact is maxed out. Makes it rough. The top lane has been awfully quiet, mainly because Zai has been kind of getting his teeth kicked in here. Jonas is 2 levels ahead.
And you got to be pretty happy with how both of these. It's got to be said, Nisha's Slark is not nearly suffering as much as I thought he would be. He's right there in CS with the Lone.
That's very true, but at the same time, for a lot of this, Lone Druid has been left alone down here, whereas Puppey has been here almost twice the amount of time that Hanskin has. Actually, Hanskin's... I'd say he's barely been here. He kind of pokes it once or twice and then always leaves.
Yeah, I like how Hanskin's playing this. That's nice. That ward should not be spotted. It is nighttime. Not necessarily going to know. Dire have vision.
Chessie taking a decent amount of damage. Mid one's going to build the double bracer. But Chessie just says, thank you very much. I'll take some damage.
Oh, man.
Oh, Korea?
They must not have been sure of where Hanskin was.
Yep. Because he's going to walk in and Nisha, he doesn't have the pounce. He used it aggressively. They can't actually bring him down, though. It'll be close, but no cigar.
Okay. In retrospect, right? So he had that frost shield on him. He's got to be thinking about going. Clock has to be going in. This is a level 5 lone druid. Has that root online from his bear. I know you've got Dark Pact to purge it off. That Beastmaster with his attack speed aura and the boar coming in, bubbles in it.
You still have huge issues with the Dark Pact because of the delay on activation. You either wait until you get rooted or you assume he's going to root you every time. And there we go. Roots come out. Let's back away. They force Yapsor down here. Now it's 2 heroes in the lane versus 3. But how do you really jump on the Frost here? You can't. He moves too fast.
And at the same time, Zai, knowing that there are 3 heroes in the bottom lane, Zai's just going to get... I don't know that he's going
to... Say it like he hasn't already been picked on.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, this is schoolyard bullying there, guys.
The owner is getting ever closer to 6, and at that stage, you probably just solo kill Zai. This is not the powerful tide we've been seeing more recently. This is a helpless tide, especially because of this Wyvern pick. The Arctic Burn just did way too much. Oh no, you actually look at this. CS lead to all of the cores of TFT.
Look at the level advantage too. Razor just hit level 7. Kunkka's not even halfway or just... Big Razor is coming down here. They better read this. Because he absolutely can die behind the tower.
He most definitely can. They're going to see Poppy. There it is. Starting coming out. It's going to go for the TP away. They can't do enough damage, but they do steal a lot of damage. They can easily take this tower and finish off. And Kunkka will shove in, but he won't do anywhere near as much damage. Wyvern already TPing there. Bot lane, Nisha pouncing away. They're cutting those trees, though. You better run. He's eating all the tango to try and escape, but he's still in range. He'll go for the TP. They need to turn around and hit that tower.
In a way, it was super fortunate that Puppy was kind of crossed their paths there. They'll take the tower for sure.
The problem I see, though, is your Slark is getting underleveled. Lone Druid will start to take an advantage, and if he just stays on the Slark, you're going to have to babysit with not 1, but 2 heroes as we saw previously.
Interesting. Razor the raindrop. That's actually...
It's the boat combo. He knows 6 is coming.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty good. And it's gonna feel good when Tide hits his 6 too. Granted, in this game.
It'll be a while. Just, stay in your seats, guys. It'll happen eventually.
Man. When's the last time? It's been a while since I've seen double arcanes.
Here you go. Keep that sustained. I'm looking at this right now, and we kind of read it right. TFT pushing, constant pushing coming out.
And it's one of those things. I don't know, because this is a less conventional pushing comp. I don't know that Secret would have read it this way as much so as in the last game.
Absolutely. They are running Chessie.
I know Chessie, you're strong, but let's take that tower. Okay.
He's got the damage now. He just needs to borrow from Zai. Zai was saying no, so you had to force him to give him the damage.
Well, I mean, the big thing is Chessie, because Chessie made that rotation bottom and then top to get the towers, mid one has caught up in levels. So he's at least able to contribute at this point. You're not just going to push him out of a...
Problem is, next they'll be setting their sights on the mid tower, probably in the next 2 minutes. And all the while, Hanskin, he is getting ever closer to that level 6 as he was just sapping up that solo XP in bot lane alongside Nisha.
Yeah, it's just always a cost, though. When you get in, there's a reason that most pro teams will wait until at least the 12-minute mark to start making push rotation, right? When you're doing it at this time of the game, it takes you long enough that those enemy cores really can come back.
Both thrown out there. Will reduce damage that Chessie deals, but they can't aggress them to at all. And that's your first bow, and it doesn't even stop this push. back off for a second, but
Nisha's
let's get another one.
But he's not even to his stretch.
Yeah, this is getting worrisome. They'll put the Frost down. That might actually stop the push. Probably the hero, the savior of the mid-tier 1 tower. Or the mid-1 tier 1 tower. But all the while, it's a great. And every time they do, Secret's having to invest a lot more. So TFT has other people farming, whether it's the Shaman, the Beastmaster, the Lone Druid, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. I think they struck a good balance there. They applied a little bit of pressure, but they didn't hard commit. Still have their cores farming around the map. Would have been a little bit too early to commit so strongly to one tower.
We will see Cheshi now pick up the drums, so he is trying to amp up the aggression as quickly as possible.
Yeah, this is how we thought that Razor was. Well, is that 2 drums, guys?
Who else is picking them up?
I mean, look, two drums is not the worst thing in the world. It especially wasn't back when drums were like amazing.
Wait, who else has gone for the drum? Oh yeah, I see a Shaman.
Yeah,
yeah, it's not the worst thing to stack per se. The stats are good, and if you're going to go for these early pushes, you actually think about the downtime. Make it work. Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah, I'm thinking even more and more about this double drums, like the lap over 12 seconds of increased attack speed plus the inner beast. Good God.
But you're gonna really need an initiation out. I mean, Rust has got this Aether Lens and drums. What's your primary initiation?
You got
TFT right now.
the primal roll as well, in fairness. Winner's cost. There's a decent amount. Oh, Bo coming in, but the primal roar speaking over out in the mid one. They found him, the shackles are there, and no assistance for him.
Yeah. He just didn't know that the rest of TFT were mass behind him.
They actually don't need to stop either. They've got the Serpent Wards. They want to commit them to the tier.
You absolutely don't stop here. Fine, guys. Don't do the same thing you did in the last game. All right. Thank you.
There it goes. They go down. Frost shields on the tower.
Yeah, the frost armor doesn't do much with the wards there.
Tide's coming in, but as long as they don't stack too hard, the glyph's going to be there. But Zai wants the opportunity for the Ravage. And ironically enough, the lineup slot is being snowballed against. I'll force them away, though. It requires the whole team. They do get the tier 1 top in the meantime, and Nisha's still up here farming.
Did I see that right? Does frost armor on the tower aggro the wave to your hero?
I didn't actually catch that. It maybe.
I think
that's an interesting interaction.
I'm sure Chad is watching this.
I think it does.
But if frost shield on the tower aggro's the creep wave to your hero, that's super annoying. Era's getting low.
Oh no! Look at that! Jonas, he just blocks it out. Now they've got the shackles. Look. He got baited in. He's got the pounce. He's going to make his escape and go for the TP. Can they do the damage? It's going to be close, but they can't. God. You actually saw Arrow moving back. He was really close to being in range for the Winner's Curse as well. But to make play, it's kind of said in the message, you can't even get a kill onto the Wyvern there. And that's before he puts at least 1 point in the Cold Embrace. Imagine that scenario with just 1 point in the Cold Embrace.
Yes, I mean, look at Slark here. First item S and Y.
Can't afford to get caught. He needs the extra health.
Well, he recognizes that, you know, he's not going to have time for the Shadow Blade build in this match. He's not going to have time to build anything cute like a Silver Edge and try and run around the map getting pickoffs. He's going to have to be in fights with his team within the next 5 minutes, the way TFT are playing this.
I mean, it's more the playstyle as well, right? Like the Shadow Blade is suggesting you'll find these pickoffs. That opportunity top was rare, and it was a preview. There's always someone close by to respond.
I'd have his mech.
That's a decent boon, especially in Seek are being pushed into.
Yaps are still almost 1k off.
Then from comparison, you look at Hanskin. He's already got the Vlads. He's going to go on his way towards Necro next.
I am really liking these Vlads, especially if you can get.
Well, especially if you can do this. They're going to go into the Roche bet. It enables them to do it. Enough bonus damage. Ward's committed as well to make sure this is a quick one. Team on the mid lane.
The alarm is going off the
Messi, they're going for him here. They're going to drag him back. Yeah, and they can't do anything. They get him down to half HP and that's it. Thank you for the free roast, they say. On the Wild Slot, they have to nurse Godon, so Nisha starts farming pretty deep. If no one's here, he knows they're in the Roach pit. It's too late.
It's something, but it is. I mean, they're not even going to come close to getting a tower to trade for this.
I mean, they can't actually contest it either. They've got the Ravage, but like you said, the bow used. You need that extra damage at this stage.
I mean, it's hard to fault no one for, or sorry, mid one for trying to get aggressive there, but it's just unfortunate because once Bo3 is down, it's a short cooldown, but TFT can still.
And now look at this, Chessie with an Aegis. This Razor is already hard to get through once. Do you really think you got the damage to get through him twice? Maybe if you get every spell, but then what have you got left for the Lone Druid, for the Shaman, even the Beastmaster?
I just love the way that how they're drafting and playing speaks to TFT's mentality right now. It speaks to them saying, look, we had that last game. We gave ourselves a good chance to win, and we backed off. Okay, we're going to do that same thing again, and this time we are going to keep the pressure on.
As you said, that scenario when they were mid and it looked like we're going to back off for a second, they just fought about it and kept going. And that is the difference here. It's the last game, don't get me wrong, Secret, fantastic to pull back, but TFT, as you said, had that lead, and then they screwed themselves more than anything. It's all about having that confidence.
This is a little bit risky. Era's going to have a hard time getting in position if they end up needing him for this fight. Bo3 out super early. It's gonna stop the push at least for a little while.
Yeah, but he X'd himself as well. So there's no kill potential there.
No.
Another free tower going. Actually, to pick up a lot of damage from Zai in the meantime. Mid one, you can try all you want for the armlet, but it won't slow this down. Another tower falls. And all the while, Nisha just trying to farm aggressively because he knows his own job won't be safe. Oh, Korea? Nisha? Is he going to get this? No. No, he looked the wrong way.
He's got so lucky. Oof. Oh, they might catch Hanson here on the disengage. That's X mark on him. Should be dead.
Damage from Zai. There's the Empower we were talking about.
There you go. Oh, and now we're off to the race. This is going to be a double. This next fight is going to be a double blink reveal on the side of Secret. It's going to be ready for this, especially if they get caught with Beastmaster still down. They need to be super cautious on the Radiant side of the map, and it's hard to read that.
It'll be interesting to see what the outcome is, especially seeing as that's your support up. So it's not the Tide can show. They'll know he doesn't have a blink, and you'd expect him to have the blink first. But then again, maybe TFT is sitting there going, wait, this is Secret we're talking about. The 3 and 4s are readily interchangeable on the network chart.
Playing out of it. Here comes the smoke.
Oh, Ward's dropped.
To the backside.
Double value. Zai's been caught. The chain boss going to be going down on Chessie, but you can't commit 2 health until he has the Aegis to work with. It gets Zai out, but look at this. They find another target mid one. The 4-star in. The shackles are there. The bow's going to... No. Up here, Yapsel. The blink river's going to be secure across. Connects on the 3. The Ravage follow up. They're going to pump the Aegis. They'll go straight through Shaman as well. And Anskin. He's stuck a little bit too. Error moved across. There's the Winner's Curse coming out. Torrent's going to be down the Razor. He needs to retreat that. He can't hang around. The other toggles from mid one are on point. He's going to live, but Razor will not. They get the tower, but they lose 3.
I mean, heard in TFT team chat 5 seconds ago, the blank did this Magnus have blink. Like, it's just the double blink reveal from Secret is just there. You feel so strong as Final Tribe pushing deep into Secret territory, knowing that Nisha has just been furiously trying to farm up. But I mean, the double blink reveal there is devastating, allowing the double ult combo by Secret.
Definitely a big win for Secret there. TFT, they, like I said, they're going to be questioning where the hell the gold came from. But at least the reveal's out of the way, is what I will say. Like, that could have been a complete team. Like, the fact they got the Lone Druid out is of significant importance here, right? Like, he's gone for the Maelstrom. He needs to be farming constantly at this stage in the game.
Yep. It's just, it's hard, right? Because this is why Secret gives Yapsor so many resources. Oh boy, Nisha, you need to, or mid one, you need to be a little bit careful up here, even with that.
Jonas, he's going in. The Hex is there. He pings to Chessie. He's like, what the hell are you doing? It's a kill waiting to be had there. I can understand Chessie backing off there, though. You don't know who's behind Conqueror at that point. You assume there's at least one support at all times.
I am not certain about this BKB choice Razor here. It is a very powerful item, and they don't necessarily have a great way to deal with it apart from RP, but I don't know that you have the damage behind just yet.
get where he's coming from, though, because he knows he needs to alleviate all pressure from the Lone Druid to do what he wants. And that means with the BKB, Chelsea can go as deep as need be. But I think you're right.
I'm just not sure this is a drum BKB Razor game. This feels like maybe even a drum SNY BKB.
That's what I was thinking. Sanjin Yash drums, the typical pickups. Kunkka in the mid lane, by the way.
This is a killing one
coming
here.
in. It's going to be close. No.
Oh my god.
Jonas gets the solo pick off. It does cost him the Serpent Wards, but he'll be happy with that. Kunkka gone for 40 seconds. In on the bot lane. Frost has been found here. Nisha trying to run him through. Decides against it there as the bear does move.
Wow.
Jonas, he's going for that Ag next, by the way. Oh, moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, he's forget Blink Dagger.
Oh, the skewer back. Jonas too aggressive. It worked once, it won't work twice. The gate's coming out, the Ravage there. They all get baited in. Razor's going to go down as well. And on the side, RP catching the bear and his master. They'll clean up the bear first, and they'll finish off Frost second.
And you just died with BKB up, right? You just died with your 10-second BKB charge up, and it's just, that's an item that is supposed to make you the most powerful hero in the game if you're timing it correctly.
Instead, they get baited in, and I feel like it's the last play they watched Jonas do that. Jonas is probably making that call is what I'm imagining here, and you believe in him, right? He's proved himself in that last fight where he takes out mid one solo.
Much obliged.
Dire structures.
Yeah, but that's not a fight. That's a pickoff. It's just a big difference between how you have to shock those as a team.
And I think at this stage,
not to mention the position on the map. I mean, that's practically steps to the Radiant base.
Exactly, and on top of that, you're still on the circles right now. Jonas, what's he doing here?
Oh,
BKB comes down, Chessie to protect. I think Shackles yet to have on the Tidehunter side. He doesn't have a Ravage. We'll go for a TP. They have nowhere. Some Winner's Curse is going to be there just in time. But there might be a reset. Primal on the back foot. Look at this. He's trying to actually defend himself. And Hanskin, they turn around and they'll just wipe him down. They get the kill on the Zion response, and they get Puppy. So 2-for-1 trade, but that's a 10-second BKB, and you use the Primal Roar for that.
Yeah, I mean, if you can... Now, Roche still has a little ways to get... Things aren't necessarily in the right place. You can turn that into an objective. It's something that you feel decent about. A weird decision by Secret. It looked like they were resetting from the high ground to potentially re-engage on that fight. Backed off.
It was an odd move, but while it wasn't what you wanted, I appreciate why Hanskin done it, because he knew what was coming. Like, when you try and initiate on a Tide, that's the hardest hero to kill inside of Secret.
This is... I just feel like you're gonna have to continue pushing on to the other side of the map, because this Razor is gonna lack every kind of acceleration.
Block. They see it.
Here you go.
Full staff up. They can actually hex him on the spot. No dark pack for him. The Serpent Wards get the RP. Yapsor with a turnaround. Nisha gets a shadow on top, and now the Chain Frost just bouncing around. Gets a kill into 2 cores belonging to TFT. And the bear, the bear is just to the dessert. There's the gaze, dragging it in. Look into my eyes, little bear. Look away. It's what we're about to do to you. It's just, I don't think Peta will be okay with it.
It's part of the issue with those kinds of builds is that the enemy team sees that and they know that you need to keep forcing fights, and you become a little bit predictable because of that.
It's worrying. You look at Nisha, look at his farm now, top net worth. He even stopped up for a Blink Dagger. I think that's why TFT were like, okay, he hasn't gone for an aggressive item that protects. Well, it's aggressive for getting him in, but if we move first, he can't get out. Didn't matter, because Yapsor, he's doing the right thing. He's bodyguarding his core.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the old Na'Vi play. Play 3 or 4 heroes behind Havosh.
Oh yes, 25 minutes into the game, you expect your support to do this, whereas tanking the gank or turning the fight, and the power of something like a possible Magnus means he can turn it.
Here. Yep,
back into the boat he comes. He'll actually scare them away though. The bear was on point.
Yeah.
Jonas wants to go again. Calm down, Yoni. Get a little bit too antsy.
You're a Shadow Shaman. You're not a Sand King anymore.
Oh, look at this. Chelsea going pretty deep. BKB comes out. He just says, thank you very much. That's another charge.
I mean, yeah, he wastes the BKB, he wastes the Link so easily. It just feels like very little risk to him at that point.
They tried to go on Zai as well, not the optimal target. The bear's been found again. There's the fear. That'll get it out.
And it's also got to be said that with the way Lone Druid is functioning now, Yeah, it still gives you gold, fine. You still have to watch it, but Era is going to...
Well, he got the Cold Embrace out in time. I'm not sure it's going to help too much. Meanwhile, on the side, they do see Hanskin as well. They'll drag him back, and it'll be 2 kills, and that'll be Roche.
They're just hemorrhaging kills.
It's like TFT. They had it going their way perfectly, and the moments things just go off course and change trajectory.
And you make one mistake against this team, they make it so hard to reset.
They'd won. X is forward. He'll be able to get out, though. But they see where he is. The wards get dropped. Jonas pinging onto it. They're going to drag him back. Now the Chain Frost, the RP. It's going to be there. The Bo3 as well. They skew it back in. No! They get rid of the Beastmaster and Bear. Pounce forward. The Shackle's going to come out. We're going to move away. Slark is fine. The wards are still there. And suddenly Puppy just screams, why are we fighting under wards? Don't be stupid about this. Moving in. Pounce is going to be there. The blink forward. Jonas is gone. He might find more now. Nisha on the hunt. He wants something. Pounce is coming off cooldown. Moving forward. Blink and 4. Pounce forward. There's Arrow. Winner's curse. Says, please God, not let this skewer through. Now BKB out from Chessie, chasing on the Puppy side. Body blocking though. He says, no, but you don't. You leave my captain alone.
You just have no damage.
And look at that as well. Radiant Courier did at least get... That's your consolation prize. Zai will not have his Blink Dagger. But he doesn't care. He doesn't need it because they're going to take Roche and then they're probably going to run straight down mid.
Yeah, and the end of that sentence, by the way, why are we fighting under these wards, is why are we fighting under these wards when we have a Slark and 2 Blinks? I mean, it is so easy for this secret lineup right now to disengage and just re-engage from a different angle. You can't count on being able to control one choke point as TFT against this secret.
That's the thing we talked about.
Clean up the top lane here that's pushing into the base.
It should be pointed out that once that is back up, you want to talk about mobility, the only person on the side of Secret that will not have a Blink Dagger is Puppy. And if he wanted to go that way, honestly, he's getting pretty close in terms of gold.
And it's feeling like whether it's, you know, playing with a Medusa or playing with a Razor, it's kind of the same idea. You got this siege tanky kind of hero,
Frost.
And you're just getting outmaneuvered.
All right, Frost should be fine here. That's a little bit too close for comfort, though. Puppy, if you can get in range for the gaze, they decide against it, though. Jonas was getting ready. He's a little bit trigger happy. He wants something here. This is not the way you bait the bear. Just dangle it there, but what's your follow-up here? Like, Nisha has that Aegis. He has almost 2k HP. It takes you way too long to get through him.
And even look at this build on the Shadow Shaman, and he's even very limited ability with War Staff.
Very true. He's still going for the axe. Getting ever closer, but like we said, the disengage, the mobility that Secret have, if you fluff those wards, you're screwed. They're just toying with them at this point. Nisha feels completely in control in this game, and he should. Level 21 and has 16k net buff. Trying to control in the meantime. Chessie getting a lot of damage, but Zai doesn't care. Walks in with the Ravage. They can skewer him back into a big fat mess, and Chessie, BKB's up, and he's gone.
That's one of the big strengths of the Slark, and one of the reasons he's picked against these heroes like DK is, you know, he is absolutely fine with you man fighting against him. He says, you know, fine, Razor, drain my damage. I'm eventually going to get a essence shift stacks up that it's not going to matter, and I can always just use pounce to reset.
Or he can pounce even deeper. Who needs to reset? Well, you can find more. X coming out. Slink is his pot, but Jonas going to go for the shackle. Can be drawn back, cancels out, and he's going to move straight out of those wards. And this is looking grim. TFT against the ropes here. That's going to be at least one lane. Actually, they can't get more unless they feel confident enough to try and go for throne, which we haven't seen a team do in a very long time after taking one lane. They'll get back. They see Frost. He's going to force them away.
Is he, though?
Gaze to bring the bear in. Nope, they actually cancel the TP. Yaps is hanging around. All right, they'll disengage. If you know, this is the best case scenario for them. That doesn't bode well. I mean, we look at this right now. There's over 2 minutes left in the Aegis. He's going to do what he wants.
And this Razor's progression is altered. He's got a sign. Can't even finish Albert.
Correction. His progression has been just completely obliterated. It's non-existent. Nisha. Uh-oh. There's that strong dispel coming to effect. Primer all going to be there. RP drags down the wave as well. No, they're going to find the Bo3, but get straight through them. Shackle's being tied. But what do you do against that target? Bo3. Jonas already going to be looking to pull. He gave him Chessie chasing in. Mid one trying to run away. The skewer back. Frost will use throw in time, but Chessie, he needs to retreat. Now the pounce through. Nisha will find the kill. And the only one left alive, but not for long. Chessie's going to be dragged back to his death as GG gets called. And TFT They don't even wait to see what happens to their base. They know it's over. Secret 2-0 them.
Come on, mid one. What end of rapier purchase? Yes.
I've had those stats.
Just it's